Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scout Sports 101 Thursday Night Football. And we'll call it a pregame update show. We're going to talk about tonight's game between the Bills and the Dolphins and what we expect to happen and what has happened so far. We'll get to all of that. But first, here is today's Scout Sports 101 Thursday Night Football Week 2 trivia question. And it's a Dolphins trivia question. How many yards did Ricky Williams rush in the Miami Dolphins' second 2003 loss to New England? I'll have the answer later on the podcast. It's Thursday Night Football Week 2, and we have a great AFC matchup for you tonight. And the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins are squaring off at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. And right now, the Bills have dominated this first half. It is 24-7. Bills with 16 seconds to go in the halftime. Miami has been struggling this first half. Boy, and it's first and 10 at the Buffalo 23. Dolphins have the ball. They need to score before halftime, and they are at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. That's where they're playing it. Now, with four straight wins against the Miami Dolphins, the Bills will feel confident about their chances in this game tonight. The Bills and Dolphins both won in Week 1, overcoming 14-point deficits to salvage victories. Now the two AFC East rivals square off in a quick turnaround in Week 2 at Miami's Hard Rock Stadium, which is going on right now. The head-to-head battle has been dominated by the Bills in recent years, with Buffalo winning. Buffalo winning. Winning 11 of the past 12 matchups, including one in the postseason. The Dolphins one victory in that span in Week 3 in Miami in 2022 when the clock ran out on Josh Allen and the Bills as they drove to potentially winning the game. Last season, the Bills throttled the Dolphins in Week 4 in Buffalo and came back to beat them in Miami in Week 5 in a critical game before the playoffs. Now they meet with a chance to seize an early edge in the AFC East. The Bills have won the division 5 straight years, excuse me, and 6 of the past 7. The Dolphins have been waiting for their chance to take them down. Josh Allen has also outplayed Tua Tagovailoa in most of their head-to-head meetings too. But Tagovailoa remains one of the league's most efficient passers in Mike McDaniel's wide open system. This might be his and the Dolphins' best chance to change the script on the Bills from their recent meetings. And right now, it has not happened because they're down 24-7. And as I said, Tyreek Hill and the Miami Dolphins this week is about balancing the perspective of life between the duties of playing pro football. Hill has been at the center of a national debate on the use of excessive force by police after he was pulled from his sports car by Miami-Dade County police officers, pushed face first onto the street and handcuffed during a traffic stop outside the Dolphins' home stadium. The altercation happened just a few hours before the Dolphins kicked off their season, but Hill later went out and caught an 80-yard touchdown that helped the Dolphins rally past Jacksonville, celebrating the score by mimicking being handcuffed. He and the Dolphins will need to rally again with Buffalo, with the Buffalo Bills team that has beaten them in 13 of their past 15 meetings coming to town. Hill said he will use Thursday night's AFC East rivalry game as a therapy from the shell-shocking events that happened. Football is how I get away from a lot of stuff, he said. This is how I separate myself from past traumas in my life. I'm not going to mix the two. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa acknowledged the importance of the game while not wanting the team to lose perspective. I think when we start to brush that away, and I think this football thing is the most important thing to us when uh, when this isn't just something that Tyreek Hill had gone through. This is something that people in general go through. That's a life thing, Tagovailoa said. Uh, the Bills haven't had much trouble against their rivals in recent years. Buffalo has averaged 31.7 points against Miami since coach Sean McDermott's first season at the helm in 2017. Quarterback Josh Allen has been selected as the AFC Player of the Week 5 times after facing the Dolphins. He's 11-2 against Miami with 41 touchdowns. And after their win last week, he is my Player of the Week, Josh Allen. I'm going to give it to him again. He's going to get it from me. He's my Scott Sports 101 Player of the Week. And I just wanted to let everybody know that he is my Scott Sports 101 Player of the Week. We're just trying to do our thing, McDermott says. These teams we've had success against, these teams we haven't. And we just try to take them one at a time. Those games won't affect this game at all. Allen's health will be a big factor in continuing the Bills' trend of success in Miami. He hurt his non-throwing left hand when he appeared to land on it after hurdling Cardinals safety Bubba Baker in the opener while scoring on a 6-yard touchdown. Allen was examined by the team's medical staff on the sideline and had his hand heavily wrapped before returning to finish the game. Allen spent this week practicing with a glove to protect it. He said, the hand felt fine, but when asked if there's any discomfort, he answered, it's as comfortable as we can make it. He said he occasionally wore a glove in cold weather games and hasn't determined if he'll wear it Thursday. I felt like he threw it well today and was able to do all things, Allen said, so I'm ready to go. McDermott and Allen praised former Bills safety Jordan Poyer, who was cut in March after 7 seasons in Buffalo and signed with Miami. Poyer and Micah Hyde, who is unsigned and considering retirement, formed Buffalo's starting safety tandem for 7 consecutive years. McDermott recalled how Poyer not cleared to fly because of a punctured lung, but cleared to play. Spent a 2-day trip being driven to Kansas City for a game 2 years ago. I can't say enough good things about Jordan. I love him, McDermott said. I got a lot of love for him, so he's going to be fun, Allen. So it's going to be fun, Allen said. This is going to be some friendly jabs, and hopefully I just don't let him tackle me. on or the other word. I won't even say it. He added refereeing to the possibility of getting sacked. Miami's running backs are banged up already, Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel ruled out Raheem Mustard on Wednesday because of a chest injury. McDaniel said Mustard sustained the injury early in Sunday's game but tried to play through it. He finished with 6 carries for 9 yards and 2 receptions for 10 yards. His injury, not many people play with, McDaniel said. Acne, who had, I mean, Akane, who had 100 all-purpose yards and a touchdown, is nursing an ankle injury and will likely be a game-time decision. He could be heard in the body camera footage released Monday evening, yelling repeatedly that he just had surgery on his knee as officers forced him to the ground. And that's what Hill said that. Hill can be heard. That's what I meant. Hill can be heard in the body camera footage released Monday evening repeatedly that he had just had surgery on his knee and officers forced him to the ground. There. The receiver said he had a minor stem cell procedure on his knee this offseason in Antigua. Uh, McDaniel called it a procedure that he'll make sure that he takes care of. Just some stem cells injected into my body. That's it. A lot of people don't know what that don't know that because I just be on the low with it. But yeah, he'll said so. And so, yeah, that's basically what Miami's had injuries tonight, and I think that's why they're training. It is now halftime, and it is 24-10. Uh, uh, Buffalo. I'm having some technical problems here, and I'm sorry. And uh, yes, 24-10. Miami at halftime, and we'll talk about what has happened so far in just a moment. But right now, it's time to reveal the answer to today's Scout Sports 101 Thursday Night Football uh, Week 2 trivia question. It's a Dolphins trivia question. How many yards did Ricky Williams rush in the Miami Dolphins' second 2003 loss to New England? And if you said 68 yards, you are correct. In the Miami Dolphins' 2003, loss to New England, Ricky Williams rushed for 68 yards in that game in '03. And I have another trivia question on my next podcast, which will be on Sunday when I do the Scout Sports 101 Browns early Browns NFL early games pregame show. And it'll be at the Murphy House, the home of my really good friends, Matt and Katie Murphy. And my special guest will be none other than my really good friend, Mr. Matt Murphy. And I'm looking forward to that. So stay tuned for that. And I'll have all of it on Sunday, all the pregame and postgame shows for the late and the Sunday night and Monday night. So stay tuned for that. Right now, we're going to tell you what has been going on this first half. And we'll start with the first quarter. Uh, the Dolphins intercepted Tua Tagovailoa pass deep left intended for Dubose, intercepted by Ingram at the Buffalo 38 to the Miami 37 for 25 yards. And then the Bills scored their first touchdown of the game. And it was Josh Allen pass left to Cook for the touchdown. And the extra point was good, and it was 7-0 Buffalo. But Miami came back and scored their first touchdown of the game. Tua Tagovailoa passed short to Akane for the 5-yard touchdown. Jason Sanders' extra point is good, and it was tied at 7. Buffalo had the punt after going 3-and-out, 3 plays, 9 yards. Miami had their second interception of the game. Tua Tagovailoa pass deep right intended for Chosen, intercepted by uh, Bedford at the 50. Bedford pushed out of bounds to the Miami 44 for 6 yards. Chosen his injury update, but Buffalo C. Tuhill has returned to the game. And then Buffalo tried to get in the end zone, score a touchdown. They couldn't do it. And Bass kicked a field goal from 43 yards, and it was good. And at the end of the first quarter, it was 10-7. Miami went 3-and-out after 3 plays and 7 yards. And then Buffalo got the ball back, scored their second touchdown of the game. It was Cook left tackle for the 1-yard touchdown. Passer's extra point is good, and it was 17-7 Buffalo. There was a turnover on downs. Miami had that after 5 plays, 19 yards. It was a 4th-and-2 at the Buffalo 45. Tua Tagovailoa sacked to the Miami 49 for 6 yards by Oliver. And so then they got the ball back. Buffalo did. They scored their third touchdown of the game. Anderson reported as eligible. Jay Cook up the middle. Cook up the middle for the 49-yard touchdown. And the Bass's extra point is good. It was 24-7. And Miami tried to score a touchdown. They couldn't get in the end zone. Jason Sanders' 34-yard field goal is good. And it was 24-10. And Miami's Jason Sanders kicked 65 yards from Miami 35 to the end zone, touchback to the Buffalo 30, and then Josh Allen nears to the Buffalo 29 for -1 yard at the end of the first half. And right now, that's where we stand right now. That is where we stand. That is where we stand right now, and it's 24-10 at halftime. So Miami's really going to have to come out and play hard that second half if they want to win this game tonight. So we'll have to wait and see what Miami does in this second half. And so we'll see if Miami can come back and win this one from 14 down. So it's going to take a lot of effort in that second half. So we'll have to wait and see if Miami can get it or not. And once again, Josh Allen, my player of the week for week 1. I just wanted to let you know that. I just really feel I have Miami for tonight's game. My brother-in-law has taken Miami as well. My buddy Keith in Lakewood took Miami, and my buddy Mohammed Rashid also took Miami. So we'll see. Can Miami come back and win this, or does my brother-in-law start out 1-0, or do I start out 0-1? So we shall see. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame update show. I'll be back with the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football postgame show once the game between the Bills and the Dolphins has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.